Hey, this is Andy over at Falco Canine Academy. I'm on a road trip with the fantastic Aldo Secchi. Hi, Aldo.
Hi, bye-bye.
Hi, and bye-bye.
Hi, bye-bye.
Okay.
Hello.
There you go.
Hi, hello.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we're on our way to San Diego to look at a couple dogs for a customer. And so, first of all, of course, the most difficult thing that I do from time to time, let me just bring this down just a smidgy, is trying to find the right dog for the right human being. And that can be very difficult because my idea of the right dog for me may be different than what will be for that person, right? So I like a strong dog with a strong personality that loves the ball and works very hard and has a lot of energy, but also knowing that for this couple, the dog needs to be a little bit more manageable because the people that I'm getting the dog for are a little bit older than I am. They also are professionals in another business. They're not dog trainers. They are people that just love dogs and want to have a good dog for protection. They have had one of my dogs in the past. The dog's name was Kenneth. He just passed away not too long. Well, it's been a while. It's probably been a couple of years now. But to me, it seems like the dog just passed away. But now they're ready for their next dog. So you also have to deal with the memory of the last dog that they had, right? So their memory, which they say they're okay with, but their memory of the dog they just had was the perfect dog, nearly, right? So with police officers, when you're trying to replace a dog, sometimes you have to deal with the dog they just had. They just had a dog that was perfect, that was great in obedience, great for patrol work, great in detection, and now you're getting him a brand new dog that is not perfect, right? He has to learn. He has to have the patience of the handler. But the problem you're battling is the handler has the memory of the last dog he had, right? And so he's thinking, why is this dog not finding the bombs? Why is he not biting like my last dog? My last dog did this, but this dog doesn't, and so you're battling that. And I'm not saying that's the case here, but you have to keep that in mind. And so it's a challenge, needless to say. It's a challenge to find a dog, period, for somebody. But keep in mind, I'm not finding a dog for me. I'm not finding a dog for Aldo, right? We're finding a dog for somebody who's not a dog trainer of 20 years, 30 years. And then keep it in mind, this dog will probably live inside the house, and they have, if they have grandchildren, if they have children of their own, there's a lot of things that we have to take into consideration. So that's part of the challenge of finding the right dog. But in this trip with Aldo, the great thing about being on a road trip with Aldo is that we have these great conversations about the similarities between the challenges that we have here in the United States with the challenges that he has in Argentina, and that there's no difference. We're often challenged with the human being, right? The dog often is not the problem. The dog is fine. We have to understand, and what we were just talking about just moments ago is the psychology of the human beings, that they have things that they can't do. Aldo was just sharing a story about a woman who did not want to say no to her dog, and she also did not want to say no to the people in her life, and so that's a psychological problem, not a dog training problem, right? But it becomes a dog training problem if you can't say no to your dog, if you're not willing to set up boundaries and controls for the dog, and to be able to say no to the dog, then you have a problem. Especially if the dog is a big dog, like a Rottweiler or a German Shepherd. A small dog that takes advantage of somebody that says no is entirely different than a Rottweiler that takes advantage of somebody that doesn't say no, right? We can handle a small dog, no big deal. But a Rottweiler, right, and will take your arm off. So if you don't set up boundaries and controls and take charge of your relationship with your dog and have problems doing that, it's a big problem for us as trainers. How do we solve that problem? How do we get a person to understand that no is one of the most important things you can teach a dog, right? It may be one of the most, it may be the most important thing. And that's the challenge. because we have people, I mean, we all know, if you're a trainer and watching this, you all have people that you've come across that, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put my dog in a crate because he doesn't like the crate. Right? He doesn't like the leash. He doesn't like what the dog needs to learn to like what it is that you like, right? And that means sometimes putting boundaries, putting restrictions, because then you can get to the yes, right? If you don't know how to say no, then you may not be able to get to the yes. The yes is playing with the ball, getting on the ground and laying in your lap. That's all good stuff, but you have to have the dog understand that he needs to earn that. That has to be earned. The relationship, in some cases, has to be earned by saying no. See? Can you talk?
You're speaking about psychology.
Yeah.
About those human beings. The people, one thing need to understand that the training dogs is not different to teach, give education to the kids.
Yes.
Sometimes people say me, no, I won't put my dog in the kennel or in the crate because he doesn't like it. Okay, I told them, okay, if your children want to play with the PlayStation to the 3 a.m. and another day they need to go to the school, but you can say no because they don't like to go to the school. You don't send to the school them.
Yeah.
What is the problem? But why you can put limits to your children because you are wanting put limits because it's the best for them.
Yep.
It's healthy for their psychology. It's the same with the dogs.
Yeah. Dogs love leaders. They desire a leader. They want a leader. Dogs don't want to be in charge of themselves with us.
Because in the system, the scientific system, we are not speaking. You put the dog in the crate for 20 hours. No, that is criminal. No, but a couple hours, the dog makes the change the excitement for inhibition. If they are getting control themselves, obviously it's so good for him, for his education, and for make management through the situations when the people arrive into my home, when they are going to the new places. It's 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe a lot of crazy 4 hours. No, the people say no. They are telling me put the dog in the crate because they are criminal. They are his hard method because he needs to live in the crate from this moment.
Right.
No.
It's like sending the child to their room. Right? You may need to send a child to the room and say, stay in your room. When you calm down and you become a little bit more respectful of who I am, you can come out of your room. It's the same. You want to be careful that you don't put them in the room with the PlayStation, right? If their room has the things they like, then you don't put them in the room. So there has to be the understanding that it's to rethink, to understand that they need to do something in order to come out of the room. There has to be some controls. But again, that builds the relationship. That creates a better relationship. It can't be looked at as something negative when actually the no is very powerful to say to a dog. So what we're going to do is later on we will arrive at our location. We'll be looking at a couple dogs. I'm going to try to go to Facebook Live so you can see the dogs that we're looking at and some of the things that we look at in relationship to the dog. Kim Hollinger, remember Lola?
Yes.
Kim says hi.
Hi, Kim.
So we'll do our best. Like I've told you before, sometimes we get caught up in the work and doing stuff and I forget to go live on Facebook, but we'll try to come back. I'll introduce you to Manny. Manny is my friend down here in San Diego. He's got the dogs that we're going to look at. Introduce you to him and his location where we're going. And so we'll see you there. All right?
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.